Karen Dziewit of Chicopee, Massachusetts, was arrested over the weekend for disorderly conduct and open container violations. She was apparently loudly screaming, yelling, and eventually her neighbors reported her to the police. But once they brought her in, arrested her, her situation got worse when they found something in her bag. It wasn't a weapon and it wasn't drugs, it was her smartphone, which she had very cogently set to record her arrest. And it turns out that in Massachusetts goes against their wiretapping laws. Because she recorded her arrest without the arresting officer's consent, she violated the state statute against wiretapping. And according to Massachusetts law, private citizens are allowed to record video and audio of public officials, including the police, in a public place, but they do have to inform the official of the recording, something she did not do.
Which I'm sure that if she'd informed the cops that she was recording them, they would have been like, yes, go ahead, right away, no problem, ma'am. That is your legal right to do so.
Yes.
I'm sure that's how they would have responded. So let's review here. The American government can wiretap all of us, can find out who we're calling, when we're calling them, can look at our phone records. But if one of us dares to wiretap, turn on the audio on her phone, while the cops are in the middle of arresting her, how dare you? Illegal, you're gonna have to go to jail. I would consent to her going to jail if we also put Keith Alexander, Michael Hayden, and all the heads of the NSA in jail as well.
Yeah.
And Director James Clapper while we're at it. Okay, the guy who said, oh, it was the least untruthful thing I could say. In fact, why doesn't she use the same defense as him? She would be like, oh, you know what? I did record you, but it was the least untruthful thing I could do.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's good enough for the Director of National Intelligence, good enough for a random lady in Massachusetts, right?
Well, and also, I gathered it, but I didn't listen to it yet. And gathering the information is not against the law.
Yeah.
It's just metadata.
Yeah, let's call it metadata.
Oh, loopholes.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like she's going to be able to slip through a loophole in this case. But I think that it's good that this happened. At least there's a silver lining in that it once again gets us to talk about this issue, because this is a battle that we've been waging across the country for a few years to try to get more, I guess, surveillance or coverage of what the police are doing. And it goes to dash cams and dashboard audio, which mysteriously seem to be turned off all the time when the police are doing something bad. But the police are fighting against it. They don't want to have the cameras on their shirts and things like that, obviously. And yet, I've been trying all day to come up with a situation in which it would be bad for the rest of us, bad for society, bad for the justice system, that an interaction with the police was recorded. It either gets nothing, or it gets police mistreatment of the suspect, or maybe even the suspect mistreating the police, in which case you'd want to have it anyway. It seems like a win-win, no matter what.
Yeah, perhaps the cops don't quite see it as a win-win.
Yeah.
A win-win for justice, I should say.
Right. That's why it is to be avoided at all costs.
Yeah, unfortunately. As of right now, I mean, this was just Sunday. We don't know what's going to happen to Karen Dziewit. Best of luck to her, but it is apparently against the law in Massachusetts.
Do you remember when it was just like so easy to destroy the evidence? Like on 24, like they'll have a tape recording and then someone will just like step on it and then it's gone forever. And now it's like in our phones, it's like impossible to destroy.
They're like, oh yeah, nice try. Why don't you try stepping on that cloud where it went?
Exactly.
Exactly.